Hey, so what is your biggest trauma trigger and response? Like your knee-jerk reaction to a triggery situation. If somebody cuts you off in traffic, do you get a little road ragey? Or if somebody's rude to you, do you fawn? Do you like get nicer and try and calm them down? Or if you get some new health diagnosis, do you like rush around and try and change all of your habits and supplements and everything all at once in a kind of panic? Yeah, it's exhausting, right? And you never really even get a chance to think about if this is how you want to respond or if it's the best way to respond, right? It's just this automatic, like knee-jerk response, yeah? Well, so that's because it's part of your learned distress survival mechanism. This is how you store complex trauma or childhood trauma, and it's stored in your limbic brain or your feeling brain that really acts to protect you before your thinking brain or your prefrontal cortex even has a chance to come online, to get in there, to help you make a decision, right? And so that's what makes it that knee-jerk reaction. And I'm wondering if you've tried to work on this. Have you tried to catch yourself, maybe do some technique to re-regulate your nervous system, to give your cortex a chance to come online and get in there and help you? That is definitely way better than just letting your trauma response run amok, so that's really good. But you can actually unlearn or remove layers of your learned distress survival mechanism. And when you do, that actually brings down the intensity of your trauma responses automatically without you having to work at it. Let me give you an example of this. I was just talking to a client yesterday, and he was kind of disappointed in himself because he'd gotten into a really triggery situation for himself. And he said, well, I mean, I didn't, just completely nip it in the bud and stop it from happening at all. And I said, well, what happened? Was it different than before? And he said, oh yeah, it was way different than before. I mean, usually this would run for like 20 minutes without me even realizing. He said he even used the term blind rage. And he said I would sometimes put myself in danger, even put other people in danger when I was doing this. And this time it was maybe just a couple minutes. And it was way, way less intense in terms of how I was acting. And he said, I even had the presence of mind to think, wow, is this really what I want to do here? Maybe I just should back off here. So not only was it less intense, but his prefrontal cortex got in there. Did you hear that? Yeah, and so this was totally automatic. This was nothing he and I had talked about, and this was nothing that he had like planned out, that the next time I get into this situation, I'm going to do it differently. It was just different. It's like his new normal is this much less intense response. And it's going to keep getting less intense for him because that's what happens when you peel off more layers of learned distress. So what I'm wondering today for you is, what would it be like if your biggest trauma response was like 10 times less intense than it usually is? What would it be like to drive or to interact with rude people? Or what would it be like if you got a new diagnosis and you needed to respond to that? Wouldn't it be nice to have it be way less intense? Yeah, it really is. I can tell you from experience, this is what I've been seeing over the last 25 years with my clients. And so, yeah, give that some thought. I hope that you feel a little hopeful that there really is a different way for this to unfold for you. There's a different way to come at your trauma responses and really have them change for you. But thank you so much for joining me today out here, and I'll join you on the next hike. Hopefully it won't be raining like it is today, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.